Travel back in time with a trip inside the Iowa's News Now vault.
Just looking for a fair wage for, fair labor.
Basically, why are you here?
I've been unemployed since September of 1980.
Unemployed Eastern Iowans just want to work, and almost 1,000 of them either called in or came to Jobathon locations last night in Cedar Rapids, Waterloo, and Dubuque, getting an opportunity to go on the air and advertise their services.
Due up next is number
2808.
2808. You know your own number.
You betcha. My name's Rick Garrett, and I've been unemployed for about 4 months, and I have about 10 years of experience in selling and retail and wholesale, and I'm ready for any type of work.
Phone lines were busy, too, with employers trying to find prospective employees. There was also a job offer from Washington, D.C.
I'm working for Tom Tonkey and a receptionist in Washington, basically a secretary, and I'd just gotten off the camera, and I didn't know what to do but cry. I was so excited.
Job seekers with unique skills.
Just will do any kind of entertainment, get up on stage, entertain.
Right. What do you want me to do for you?
At the zoo?
Choco, you're going to get it if you're not good at your wine.
Okay, let's get this man a job.
An unexpected phone call.
Well, listen, I called to compliment you on what you're doing with regard to the local employment problem through this Jobathon.
And an announcement that could mean more jobs for Eastern Iowans in the near future.
Hopefully in the next 3 to 4 weeks we will be able to announce expansion of a fairly new industry in Cedar Rapids that would probably cause 55 to 65 jobs to be formed.
Network news correspondents were here too to record the event. In all, 130 new jobs were found, with hopefully many more to follow in the weeks ahead. In 1979, there were about 20,000 unemployed Eastern Iowans. Now, 3 years later, there are about 32,000. That's an increase of about 12,000 people. The Jobathon won't solve unemployment here in Eastern Iowa, but it could put a dent into it. Gary Grigsby, 2 Action News, Cedar Rapids.
47-year-old Rose Zims has plenty of time to paint his home in Cedar Rapids, Iowa these days. He was laid off from his job as a stockroom clerk last April. Every day, he's gone looking for work, and every time, he's heard the same reply.
The first thing they tell you as you walk in the door, "I'm sorry, sir, but they're not hiring."
But last night, Rose Zims and hundreds of other unemployed Iowans got a chance to find a job over the airwaves.
We're going to do a job. I'll bet you've never done a Jobathon before.
Nobody's ever done a Jobathon that I know of. Have you ever heard of one? I don't know.
For 4.5 hours, KGAN TV in Cedar Rapids allowed the unemployed to present their qualifications for jobs, live in color and in prime time.
Your name, sir?
Rose Zims.
And what kind of work are you looking for?
Well, I was been a supervisor, foreman, and right now I was working at Cherry Burrell as a stockroom clerk.
The Jobathon was the idea of station news director Bob Jackson, a reaction to rising layoffs that have pushed unemployment to almost 10% in Cedar Rapids, 11.5% in Waterloo, and almost 14% in Dubuque.
For a lot of people, this is probably a last chance. They've tried everything else.
And for some, the effort produced quick results. Sally Dale, for instance.
60 seconds after I got off the camera, it was really neat. This person called in and wanted me to do housekeeping for a handicapped person, and I've been looking for 9 weeks for a job, so...
But not everyone who called in was looking for a job.
Hi, this is Ronald Reagan.
Mr. President, it is an extremely pleasant surprise to have you call us this evening.
We have a program going nationwide on private sector initiatives, and this is such a great example of what someone can do to help.
It will be early next week before Rose Zims and the 700 other job applicants know whether they've landed work. That's when the Iowa Job Service will begin trying to match people with jobs. But 70 new job openings were phoned in. Hardly enough to solve the problem, but more than enough to give some new hope. Derek Blakely, CBS News, Cedar Rapids, Iowa.